Living with trauma or with certain medical illnesses can feel like living in chaos sometimes. Things can feel unpredictable and uncertain, overwhelming at times. It might be hard to feel a sense of stability and predictability. If we want to regulate our emotions, often this takes a lot of effort, including our thinking skills. But what about when we can't make that effort, when we can't use our thinking skills? Something that can be really helpful for trauma survivors, or really anyone, is to learn how to ground and orient. Grounding and orienting refers to simple strategies we can use to bring a sense of balance back into our nervous system. They're deceptively simple, but can have a big impact. Even children can use them and find them effective. Simply put, when we're overwhelmed with our experience and things are feeling chaotic, we're not in the present moment. We might be feeling overwhelmed with fearful thoughts about the future or overloaded with sensations in our body. Grounding and orienting are ways to bring us safely back to the present moment and back into our body in a way that feels safe enough. When people have suffered significant trauma, they may be prone to what we refer to as flashbacks or dissociation. So there's a sense of going away in our mind to a different place to escape the suffering that we're feeling here and now in the present moment. But actually, what we need to do at that time is to find a way to come safely back to the present moment in contact with our five senses and our body. In this video, I want to share some ways that we can ground and orient. If you practice grounding and orienting on a regular basis, then they'll become second nature. That way, when you get overwhelmed, it will be just natural for you to want to use these strategies. You might already have strategies that work for you when you get overwhelmed. Some of these might be new and some might be already familiar. Take what works for you and feel free to leave the rest. Becoming overwhelmed and going away in our mind is quite a common experience after significant trauma. When that happens, it's your body and brain trying to protect you from pain and suffering. However, we don't want to do that all the time because it might mean we miss important things that are happening that we need to be present for. When you get overwhelmed, first, it can be helpful just to orient to your surroundings as a way to get back into the present moment. Some people like to use what's called the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. That means we name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. If you're with someone else, you can name those things out loud to them. If you're not with anyone else, you can still speak them out loud or say them quietly under your breath. That helps to externalize the experience, which is a way of bringing you back into the present moment. If that seems too complicated, you can also orient this way. Simply look around your environment right now and let your eyes be drawn to something that feels interesting or safe or peaceful or even just neutral. And as you look around your room, just slowly move your head around from side to side, up and down, using the full experience of your eyes just to take in what you're seeing. Orienting can be really helpful when we're out and about and we need something quick to use. It's so simple that it's actually the same strategy that babies use to regulate themselves. Pay attention the next time you're around a small baby and you might notice them orienting. So let's talk about grounding next. You can think about the charge of trauma in our nervous system as akin to a current of electricity. Electricity needs a ground or it can cause harm. If you notice yourself getting overwhelmed or going away in your mind, that's probably a good time to ground yourself. When we ground, it's like we're taking the electrical charge out of our system. If you're out and about with other people and you need something discreet, a basic way to ground yourself is simply to feel your feet on the floor. Whatever surface your back is against, maybe you're seated or you can stand against a wall. And just take some nice full breaths, and with each breath, just letting go of whatever tension is in your body, feeling yourself more connected to the ground and your surroundings, allowing the weight of the ground under you to support you. One specific way of breathing you could try is something that we call square breathing. This is a type of breathing where we inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, and hold for 4 seconds. But really, any slow, deep breathing can help. And if you have a preferred way of doing that, you are welcome to use it. If you're at home and you have more space and time, there's other ways you can practice grounding. It's basically any way to engage your 5 senses. So, for example, you could say out loud what the day, date, and time is and your full name, and that you are here and okay in this moment. You could suck on an ice cube or put your hands under the cold water and rub them together, saying, "These are my hands. I can see and feel my hands right now." You could eat something sour or tangy or spicy, like citrus fruit or a spicy candy. You could pick something in your environment, just like we did in orienting, but this time describe it in as minute and specific detail as possible. You could smell something pleasant in your home. Maybe it's bath salts or a favorite essential oil you have, or maybe there's flowers around. Another good way to ground is to change your environment. If you're inside, maybe just stepping outside even for a moment. Feel the cool air on your face. Go for a short walk. Bend down and touch the grass or a tree if one is nearby. You could also look at a picture of a place or a special person in your life that makes you feel calm and safe or happy. These are just a few examples, but you get the general idea. It's basically anything to get you into one or more of your 5 senses. That's what reconnects us with the present moment, which is what we need when we've gone away in our mind through flashbacks or dissociation. So, in conclusion, flashbacks and dissociation are common symptoms of trauma, and they can create overwhelm and distress in our nervous system, causing us to go away in our mind. By practicing grounding and orienting on a regular basis, even when we're not activated, these are simple yet effective tools that can start to cue our nervous system that it's safe to come back to the present moment, and that you have the ability to bring yourself back to that present moment.